I think it'll be accepted, but we don't know. We've got no crystal ball around here. I just hope that, give it a couple of days and we'll see Bryan Mbeumo literally at Manchester United with, holding the new shirt alongside Amorim, and we can all start to look forward to having our pre-season tour with Bryan Mbeumo in the team. So there hasn't really been too much extra here that's come out for this evening in regards to this deal. I thought there would be, but there just hasn't. Hopefully in the morning, maybe as we've said throughout this show live, I mean, we will definitely keep an eye on the updates that are coming out from the likes of Ornstein and Fab and these guys, and just see if anything does materialise. But at the moment, there isn't anything too concrete for an accepted bid this evening. Except overpaid. Well, we certainly have overpaid a little bit, I guess, but also lots of clubs overpaying. Score v Leeds. Well, I think we're going to beat them 2-1, lad. Did you enjoy your breasts, Piggy? Oh, my dinner. Sorry, I was having flashbacks to Mykonos there, lad. I'm joking. Did I enjoy my breasts? Yes, I did, thank you. How you doing, Kate Cadet? Tier 1 journalist said earlier it would be accepted. I feel like it's going to be accepted as well, I do feel like it's just too good of a deal to turn down. Plus, it's the third offer. United can't be seen getting another offer rejected. So they've probably done a lot of due diligence behind the scenes there with Brentford to try and actually get to the position where they know it is actually going to be accepted. Yep. S. Madison says, how's 65 million overpaying? Well, maybe it's overpaying just a little bit. 65, 70 million. It's not outlandish. But I would say that, in all fairness, I would imagine that Bryan Mbeumo is a £60 million player, based on the fact he's coming from Brentford. But 20 goals last season in the Prem, 8 assists. You just cannot really deny those stats. If you're looking at it from a stats point of view and comparing him around the Premier League to other players that have gone for 45, 55, 60 million, then he is worth it. So, yeah, fair one. Why United paying so much for this guy? Well, to get our guy. We just said it. 20 goals, 8 assists. Proven Premier League player. He will add those goals and hope for that creativity to our side. That's why we're paying for it, because he's a good quality player. You've got to convince Brentford to let him go. And aside from that, like we just discussed, there's lots of big money being spent on players this summer by other teams. And this is nothing crazy. 65 plus 5 is nothing crazy for Bryan Mbeumo. It's probably about right when players like Madueke are going for 55 mil and Wirtz going for 117, etc. I think this is probably about right. You still would have preferred Cherky, plus he was cheaper. Hey, come on, England. By the way, I know I haven't been watching it at all. I didn't even know it was on, to be honest. I was having a nap. So I'm sorry about that. But come on, England. Penalty shootout. Come on, let me know what's going on, guys. Let me know what's going on. Lead. Yes, we do, Lee. We do. Of course we do. We still got to get a striker. Yeah, that's paramount importance. I mean, just interestingly, we'll get onto this for a moment here because, Benjamin Sesko, a player that was linked to Arsenal, a player that they were supposedly interested in. There's now reports going around. This is from Sam C Reports on X, and there's various different outlets reporting this bit of information that United interest in Benjamin Sesko is serious. He wants to join Man United over other suitors, even without European football. United scouts have been following him for over 3 years, and the club made contact earlier this year. So it's speculative stuff right now, guys. I personally don't really believe in this link. At the moment, I just think it's too much money. We've already said that, Arsenal were interested in him early in the window, but it seemed like RB Leipzig just wanted somewhere between 80 and 100 million. So if they want that much money, it's not going to happen, is it? It's really not going to happen. The amount of money it's going to take to bring Benjamin Sesko to United is just not realistic. So really don't think there's any likelihood of us actually getting Benjamin Sesko. He might be interested in joining Manchester United, but in terms of the realistic possibility that he signs for us, it's quite low. Because also, I don't even think he's really that great of an option right now for us. I know he's young, he's like 22, he's got bags of potential, But I want a bit more than potential right now. We've already got Gashmas Boyland at the club who's 22. Look, all I've ever seen from Sesko is a good player, but on the big stages whenever I've seen him, like last summer's Euros and stuff, he was pretty gash, I thought. So, you know, my thoughts are, if you're going to spend that amount of money, 80 to 100 million, you might as well get 2 or 3 players right now. Not just gamble on another player who's not got the Premier League experience. So the Sesko link is an interesting one. You know, maybe he does have an interest in joining Manchester United, but I don't think United have got that strong of an interest to be able to bring in this player for 80 or 100 million euros or pounds or whatever it will be. Interesting, Mikey says, buy now, pay later. Okay, yes, I guess that's on the cards, isn't it? Man United are always the team buying players on the never. It seems to be happening more commonly, actually, at the moment. We know that Galatasaray currently working on a big structured deal there with Napoli for Osimhen. It's happening around Europe, yeah, fair enough. But I don't want him. I don't even want him, you know. I want somebody who's got a bit more bottle about them, a bit more experienced. You know, maybe somebody like Visser, as we've said, who would be a lot cheaper as well, which enables us then to go and sign a goalie and a midfielder. I feel like we could get Visser, Richard Rios and Martinez for the same money it would cost to get Benjamin Sesko. And if that is the case, there's no way we should go and get a player like Benjamin Sesko. So anyway, this Sesko link, it's an intriguing one, but I really don't think there's much basis behind it personally. I think he may want to join us, but ultimately it's too much money for Manchester United to cough up right now. And it's also too much of a gamble with his age and lack of Premier League experience. So it's a no from me, but I'll ask the chat, guys, would you take Benjamin Sesko for, let's say, 80 million euros? That's towards the lower end of RB Leipzig's valuation. Would you take Benjamin Sesko for 80 million euros? Yes or no? Have your say in the chat. For me personally, I feel like that 80 million would be better spent buying a striker, a different striker, cheaper striker, a Visser or a Watkins type striker, and then also buying a goalkeeper, maybe even getting like a Richard Rios signing as well with that amount of money left over. Because that's a lot of money we're talking about for one player who may or may not take ages to adapt well to the Premier League, if ever. So there you go. I'm not really keen on the Sesko deal. I would be keen on him if he was 40 million, but he's not. He's 80 to 100 million, so can't really see the value in the deal right now. Yes, says Kingslayer. No. No. Too much. Hell no. Sesko's average. Kelly scored. Get in there. No. Not that price. No. Yes. No. Okay, most people are saying no. Not proven. Yeah. No. Yes. No. Most people saying no there, and I have to tend to agree with you guys as well because it's just too much money, and he is unproven in the Premier League. Definitely unproven. He's still young. Here he is. He says, why spend 130 million on Cunha and Mbeumo? You could have bought Isaac as you need a striker. Oh my God, is this guy for real? Zayn Miassi, lad, are you off your tits? Mate, we couldn't even sign Isaac right now, bro. You know, to be honest, he's playing for Newcastle. They got European football. He's wanted by Liverpool. All the rest of it. We couldn't even sign Isaac right now. What a stupid, cash-tastic, Gooner-esque comment there from Zayn Miassi, lad. And you know what? You just said something there, which I don't even really fathom. You're acting like these players that we've signed, yeah, that Cunha and Mbeumo, you're acting like they're not good signings. You would be physically foaming at the gash, Zayn Miassi, if you signed these players at Arsenal. Don't lie. You would be frothing, mate. Because these are very good players proven in the Premier League. Matheus Cunha has a serious chance of being an absolute match-winning baller for us this season. And Mbeumo, as we've talked about his goals and his impact, he can do big things for us as well. You're way off base, Zayn Miassi. Way off base, lad, as usual here, my son. Because these players, they are expensive, but they are actually good signings. I don't think anybody's got any problems with the acquisitions of Cunha and Mbeumo. You know, it might be a bit of extra money that we want to spend. Big whoop, it's not our money. As far as additions right now to a team that finished 15th and has no Europe, those are some bloody good additions, lad. Those are some bloody good additions. And also, yes, Madueke. Madueke for 55 million. Mate, what's going on in this penalty shootout, mate? Dude, Clinton missed, everybody's missing. It's a shame I'm not watching this one, to be fair. Horrible penalty. Who do we have left? Right, guys, it seems like it's teetering on the edge. It's penalties look like this. All Swedish friends. Yeah, this penalty shootout is not great, yeah. Wait till Gyokeres can't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. That's what I'm saying, and there's also that possibility as well. I would love it. I would love it if Gyokeres came in and flopped. I really would. No, I would love that if that happened because it would shut up all these Arsenal melts, wouldn't it? And also it would make us feel like we haven't missed out on anything. If he does come in with his lack of Premier League experience and comes in and struggles, I'll be absolutely laughing my vagine off. What? No, but I would. I really would. Okay, so 3-2 to England. Pens by the 3 by Mice. Oh, shit. Gyokeres is a raw finisher. I know Drew Who. He's got very good stats and a record over there. But guess what? It's not the Premier League, mate, and he still has to convert and do that over into the Premier League. How many players have you seen absolutely tear up different leagues and then come to the Premier League and shet it, lad? Such as, I don't know, Werner springs to mind, for instance. Memphis Depay springs to mind. There's loads of players that struggle to come over from different leagues. So there is a chance. I know he looks really great. He's in his physical prime. He's built like a brick shithouse. He's strong. He'll probably be able to deal with the physicality of the league. 27, 54 goals and 52 over there for Sporting. He will score goals. But will he be that menace to the point of an Isak or a Haaland or a Salah? I doubt it. I actually doubt it. I don't think he can be that good for them personally. Zayn Miyasi, thank you for another super chat. He says, since Alex left, you keep Sir Alex's name out your goddamn mouth. He says, which players, when they come to United, improve? Can you name one? Oh, I can name several, Zayn Miyasi. I can name several players who've improved since they come to Manchester United, yeah? Loads of players improved since they've come to Manchester United, mate. Several. Yeah, big time. Loads. Post Sir Alex Ferguson. Oh, yeah. Certainly. Lots of players have improved. Yeah. I can't think. Maybe not that many. Yes, England have won. Get in there. Come on, England. Let's go. Yes, come on. Let's go. No, he's got a fair point, though, Zayn Miyasi. Bruno Fernandes, I guess maybe. Yeah, Bruno came in and was brilliant for 18 months, wasn't he there, Abano lad? And, he was sensational for 18 months. That's a fair point. Greenwood. Lynette Giggs, how's it going? Yes. England, Dub, let's go. Come on, England. Yes, that's mad, isn't it? I didn't see it. I missed it. But Sesko's not Man United level. Thank you for saying it, Christian, because I agree with you, boss. Like, what the hell is this price tag from RB Leipzig right now? He should be half that amount of money. 80 to 100 million for an unproven 22-year-old melt. I'm sorry, I'm not convinced. I'm not being convinced from what I've seen from him in the past. I haven't watched a lot of him, but we did watch him in every single game in the Euros last summer that he played, and he was pretty bang average, I thought. So, it's not like we've got this exceptional talent here that we just cannot deny. No, his stats aren't even that crazy either. So for me, Sesko just doesn't really make sense. For a start, I'm questioning the link right now. I just feel like there's too many other positions in the team that United really need to strengthen for this one to make sense. And also the money. The money's just astronomical here. We haven't sold Garnacho and Rashford. If we do, maybe you could talk about signing players like this. But right now, we're clearly not working on other deals because we're working on the Mbeumo deal. And that's taken up all of our money. Otherwise, surely we'd have been working on a few different players. Yes, you missed the last 3 streams. Cash Internet, catching up to do. Oh, nice one, Links Red. Well, welcome into this one. I appreciate you. What's my take on Nico Jackson? My take on him is that I would rather sign Michael Jackson than Nicholas Jackson personally. He's not for me, mate. I'm not a big fan. Look, he is better than Rasmus Højlund, but so is Michael Jackson's ball bag. It's like it's not hard to be better than Rasmus Højlund up there. So, yes, I don't want to spend the money on him, though. Maybe if there was some sort of swap, I suppose, with Garnacho, if they want to give us a significant amount of cash and also Nicholas Jackson as a make weight, then I suppose it could be on the cards. But other than that, it's just no interest from me. Nice, we've already smashed 100 likes. Big up to the mighty Hamada, the Bacon Express, and everybody else who's in here tonight for hitting that thumbs up button. Please do. Continue to smash the likes on the video. It helps the channel out. Get yourself subscribed down below by hitting the old subscribe button there. And also get involved in the live chat. Zamiashi says £500 bet Gyokeres scores more than Højlund. Now, I'd have to be pretty insane to take that bet, and I'm not that insane. I don't even think Højlund's going to be playing for Manchester United this season, you bloody lunatic. Okay? If you want to compare maybe like with, I don't know, Gyokeres outscoring perhaps Mbeumo, maybe I'll take that bet. Or Gyokeres outscoring our new number 9 that we signed. Hopefully it would be maybe Visser or Watkins or someone like that. Then maybe I'll take that bet. But I'm certainly not going to take a bet of Gyokeres scoring versus Højlund, because Gyokeres will outscore Højlund. Come on, mate. William, wouldn't that be interesting? I suppose that could happen. And to be fair, Zane, I'd never make that bet with you, because if I was going to make that bet at the bookmakers, I'd probably get at least 5-1 on Højlund scoring more goals than Gyokeres this season, to be fair. So, sorry to say, that's a no from me. You know, I might have faith in my team, but I don't have faith in Højlund, and I'm not that crazy, mate. Anyway, so these Sesko links are there, guys. We talked about this a little bit. You know, he's not really the player for me that I want. He's too much money, and he's not clinical enough anyway. I think there's better options out there. For that sort of money, I would like to see us get 2 or 3 players in there. So the Sesko links, as far as I'm concerned, they're not really, you know, that likely. There's just too much money involved. Not likely at all, really. And we haven't sold lots of players. If we'd sold 5 players this summer, I could imagine we could spend 80 million on 1 player now. But because we haven't, and because we don't have a lot of money right now, I don't think we can spend that sort of money on 1 individual player. Not after Cunha and Mbeumo. Yeah. Okay, so as we've also mentioned earlier about a striking option, this is the much better striking option. I really hope United, after we've got Mbeumo completed, go in for this guy, because if we don't, we're just letting a really good player go elsewhere. So, you know, Newcastle are moving on Visser at the minute. Also, there's interest from the likes of Nottingham Forest, and lots of other clubs are interested in Visser. We should go in for him. Once this Mbeumo deal is done, as soon as the ink is dry, we should be trying to sign Visser off of them and pinch him. Other than that, you know, we've got these Richard Rios links at the moment as well, which I'm keeping a track of. And at the moment, it does seem like he is there to be signed. Richard Rios could be had for approximately 30 million euros. And, okay, it's not a proven player that's going to come in necessarily and do amazing things. He might flop, who knows? But actually, from what I've seen from him, like in the Club World Cup, he looked like exactly what we could do with in midfield as another bit of an option. So, yeah, he might not be playing all the time, but I don't think he'd be coming in to play all the time. But he is linked with the likes of Benfica, Forest, now Porto, says Rudy Galletti, back after a previous bid. And lots of teams are in. Yeah, maybe even some other teams that are not listed and we've not heard about interested in him. I'd like to think that we are one of those teams. So he is a strong link, but at the moment, you know, Roma, Palmeiras would be interested in selling him for the highest bidder. Roma are interested, Porto, Forest, etc. Yeah, Visser going nowhere. Why'd you say that, Hansi? Visser has a year contract left. He will be going somewhere in a year's time for free if they don't allow him to leave this summer and cash in. And surely if a big club comes in for him, it's going to be too big of an offer for him to turn down, rather than staying at shitty little Brentford, mate. Yeah? Fucking playing in the leisure centre, for Pete's sake, for 40 G's a week. Whatever he is. Could be playing at United, at Old Trafford. You know, potentially challenging for things in the future. The only thing Brentford are going to challenge for in the future is the fucking championship title, mate. Yeah? So I don't think Visser is staying at Brentford myself. I think he's going, and there's lots of teams interested in him as well. Now, there's every chance that Brentford break the bank and sign him up to a new contract. That's possible. But does he want to stay at Brentford when Thomas Frankstone's left and they might be going down? Yeah, Newcastle are in for him. Exactly. We were talking about that earlier on, you know, that the deal there, David Ornstein says that Newcastle were interested. There's other teams interested in him too. The reason they're interested in him, 19 Premier League goals last season, you know, no nonsense from the lad, and also available for probably 30 to 35 million pounds due to the fact he's only got a year left on his contract. United could get him to link up with Mbeumo. It would make a lot of sense. Rios got man of the match yesterday. Get in there, Mike Jones, you see. You think Benjamin Sesko is too tall? Benjamin Sesko. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Well, he's not the one for me anyway. Who would you sign as our number 9? Honestly, Spin, it would be Visser, because Visser adds Premier League experience. He links up with Mbeumo, and also he could be had reasonably easily, I think, because we're just a much bigger club than Brentford, right? Aside from that, it gives us more opportunities and more money to spend elsewhere in the team. Why spend 70 million on a striker right now when you need a striker, goalkeeper and a midfielder? You might as well split that money over a few different signings if you can and strengthen accordingly. Because at the moment, yeah, you know, we need to spread our investments through the team. Brentford City selling players to direct rivals. Calm yourself down, Baker. They know it as much as we do that they're not direct rivals with us. Yes, they did finish above us last season, but things will be back to normal this year, lad. There's going to be somewhat of a return to status quo, I believe, with United looking a lot better and getting in well cemented in that top half. But only time will tell. That's my optimistic attitude, though. Might as well make a package deal for Visser and Mbeumo if Visser wants out. No. I thought about this, Remster. 100 million from both plus Højlund on loan. I've thought about this, mate, but it has a potential to scupper the Mbeumo deal. We don't need to slow the Mbeumo deal down. And also, they might not want to sell all these players end of the day. And if Man United are trying to get Visser as well, they might just ask for more money for Mbeumo. I say we get the Mbeumo deal done right now. And then after the ink's dry, that's when we go in for Visser and try and steal him, lad. Brentford won't sell Visser. Why do you say so, Santos? Why do you say so? They're going to find it very difficult to keep hold of Visser. They sold Norgard. They're selling Mbeumo. So what makes you say that they won't sell Visser? So what? They're going to keep him for a year? A player who might want to move? A player who might be handed in transfer requests later on in the window if other teams are knocking on his door? And they're going to let him go, what, in a year's time for free? They might be in the friggin' championship by then. From their point of view, if they could get 40 million for Visser right now, surely it's worth selling. They're a selling club. Yeah, surely it's worth selling. Spurs are interested in Visser too. Yes, they are. Thomas Frank, very much interested in taking him. So that is another strong link, and probably the strongest link in some ways, because of Thomas Frank. Want to sell us Ahmad? Nah, you're all right, boss. Only thing United will be spreading is their legs this season. Steady on now, Tim D. It hasn't been agreed at all. What we talking about now, Geordie boy lad? Absolutely would love Visser. Yeah, I would as well. Especially seeing as him and Mbeumo both played together last season. Visser's going to Franks. Yeah, I could see that happening. Sign Justin Kluivert. I like the link. I like the link a lot. They won't sell both. Why won't they sell both? Of course they'll friggin' sell both. Goodness me, if the money's on the table, they'll sell both. If they're going to lose a player in a year's time for free, they'll sell both. If they want some money right now to be able to buy a new player who wants to be there long term, they'll sell both. Do I like Cunha playing up there? Not really, Rashad, no. I think he should be playing, on the left side of number 10 and Mbeumo playing on the right. And, we need to get an out-and-out number 9. Cunha, as much as he can play up there, it's not his strongest position. He only played there a handful of times last season for Wolves. He's better off playing deeper. Have we got Vitek or Victor, or is it bollocks reinforce the keeper then look forward? It's bollocks at the moment, lad, but hopefully these links will start to get stronger once this Mbeumo deal's done. We have to remember there's still a few positions in the team that we need to improve upon. We probably will do that, but we need to sell one or two players first. I do think they'd sell for the right price. Yep. Let's get Watkins. I like it too. We need a striker and a keeper. Play Cunha at Garnacho. Yeah, position. They paid 13 million from Mbeumo. It's a fantastic pickup, that, isn't it? Yeah, unbelievable. Brentford becoming more like the Brentford rejects. cheeky bit of Bruno de Gradi in midfield for them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I like Watkins. Watkins is a very good link as well. I'm a very big fan of Watkins myself. Any more news? Yes, let's have a look at some more news here then. So there is some quotes here from Erik ten Hag. Dutch Kojak speaks. Yes, Dutch Kojak, the stitch-up merchant. Yeah. The conehead who cost us 600 million and 5 years of football turmoil. This guy's a prat and a half. He's got some quotes on Anthony Dos Santos. Oh, yeah, some quotes have come out. He was asked about Anthony. This is what he said about Anthony. He said, he has great quality. I signed him twice. He was like a son to me. He is still a son to me. We're not interested in him at the moment, but we'll see what happens in the future. What an absolute Dutch conehead. Oh, my God. Goodness me. He's like a son to me. He has great quality. I signed him twice. I even had the audacity to sign him for 85 million for my last team, Manchester United, but I'm not interested in him anymore at, a third of the price. Nah, he's shit, mate. It's basically what he said. I'm not interested in him at the moment. Come on, they just got 170 million for Wirtz. They could afford 35 million for Anthony. Even he knows that Anthony's shit. That's it. I think he signed Anthony to Manchester United knowing it would cause us a whole bloody heap of mess. Goodness me, the guy plays with 1 foot. He's a pogo stick of a footballer. I think Erik ten Hag knew that. Anyway, not interested in him at the moment is what he says. Great quality. Signed him twice. He was like a son to me. He's still a son to me. Fucking unbelievable. So that's annoying, isn't it? Because I was hoping maybe they would be interested in one or two of our players. You know, you would think Erik ten Hag, having signed these players for big money at United, would be interested in a few of these players if they're available. There's another one, Supreme Leader, but they're not going to go in for him either, are they, really? So he knows that these players are gash now. Firsthand, he knows these players are gash. He's found out a lot about them. I would have thought maybe Garnacho might be one of the players he'd be interested in, but I just think Garnacho doesn't want to go there, and the money involved might be a bit too much for them as well, even though they've, you know, just sold Wirtz and all that sort of stuff, and they're pretty flush. They'll probably look to spend it throughout the squad a little bit more frugally. That's my take on it. So, yeah, Erik ten Hag, not interested in Antony. What a shithouse. What an absolute shithouse. Also, there's a bit on Osimhen tonight from Fab. This came out at 8:30, which just said that Galatasaray and Napoli at the final stages of the Viktor Osimhen deal after positive talks today. Gala are set to pay €40 million now, $35 million by the end of 2026, and also won't be able to sell the player to Italian clubs for 2 years. Guarantees and sell-on clause now as final topics. So it seems like that deal's reaching a positive result for everyone involved there as well. It does look like Osimhen could be travelling and going over again back to Galatasaray. He's another player linked to Manchester United, so he's going to be going for €75 million. You know, if we're talking about who to sign for that money, I know Sesko's wages would not be anywhere near as much as Osimhen. Nowhere near. But out of just the talents and the two players available for the same sort of money, I would definitely go for Osimhen right now. So Sesko, the Sesko link, that can be shelved, I think. It's just too much money involved. Let's just have a look and see if there's any updates here this evening that's coming out from the journalists, from the sources we've got here in regards to United. There isn't really anything else coming out here tonight at the moment. We're still waiting for a cheeky here we go from Fab. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Let's get stuck back into the live chat then. Let's get into the live chat for a bit with you legends. And if there is any other news that comes out, we'll let you know. But just other updates to discuss over the recent times. Nicholas Jackson apparently is, has chances to leave this summer after Noni Madueke to Arsenal. So apparently there is some link with Manchester United, but I hope we aren't going to go in for him. Juventus still interested in Jadon Sancho. That's another serious link. Other than that, there's just not too much info coming out in regards to players. Yes, there's links with Rashford and Barca and Bayern and these sorts of players. There's links with Garnacho and Napoli and Aston Villa and Chelsea, but there hasn't been any firm bids or anything like that just yet. So it's a bit frustrating on the outgoings front. It's frustrating on the incomings front as well, because by now United should have signed a few more different players. But Mbeumo and Kuna is a good start. Just need a lot more, don't we? So we're going to get into the live chat now, folks, for a big Q&A, and we'll cover any latest breaking news that gets in here. We've actually got 382 late-night legends tuning in. Big ups to the Bacon Brigade. Thank you for joining us. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, guys, down below. We're on here daily with all United news, every lunchtime and every evening about 10 p.m. We're a bit later today at 10:30, but we cover all the days and evenings United news in a no-bullshit way, and any breaking news will jump on as well. So get yourself subscribed and involved, and smash the likes and help us get to 200. We're going to get into the chat now. Before I do, I'm just going to go and shout out everyone that's reposted this link over on X. Thank you so much for the reposters and for helping us share it around. There's been 10 reposters. Thank you so much, you legends. Larry Hass, John Boy Cat, Chris Bamo, the Butcher of Manchester, Gary Wadsley, Ryan Neeson, Paul Nangle, Francois Koch, Ashley Vogt, and Aaron Homeyard. Big ups to you, absolute legends. Thank you so much for that. Let's get stuck into the chat then and see if there's any more breaking news that comes out. I just want to say thank you so much for becoming a member there, Tim D. Welcome to the Sausage Soldiers, my son. A new Sausage Soldier, guys. That's like the tier 3 member or something. Thank you so much, Tim D, for your support, lad. I really appreciate that. Get in there, my son. Guys, come on. Break out the love here, please, for this man. Thank you, Tim D. Get your favourite emoji there. Your member emojis, guys. Get your favourite member emoji there, members, to welcome in Tim D to the Bacon Posse, lad. Thank you, Tim. Very much appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, I agree with you, Santos. I think that's the most likely outcome, isn't it? Is that we do a cheap deal with Real Betis. If they can afford it, then hopefully it can happen. Apparently, he may even be willing to take a pay cut to go. But it seems like the deal just may be a little bit too financially much there for them, unfortunately. Steve A, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel as well. Ben Sesko to Tesco's confirmed. That's much more likely. than Sesko to Manchester United right now, personally. I mean, I would never rule it out, guys. Oh, really, Adam? You just bought the Glazers Out t-shirt. Get in there, Adam, you legend. That's awesome. Thanks for buying a shirt, lad. What did I miss? Griffin, what did you miss? You've missed quite a bunch. I mean, we'll just do a little rundown then. So, obviously, Manchester United expected to be getting this deal done for Mbeumo in the next, 24 hours in terms of a deal agreed situation, a here we go situation from Fab, or just a deal agreed situation there between the clubs. We're expecting to get that in the next 24 hours. You just never know if Brentford may well reject the offer and ask for more. I suppose it could happen. If that happens, I do think we should walk away because they're just taking the absolute Michael if they're asking for more than 70. 70 was apparently the figure they were looking for at the start of the window. We've taken 45 days to get to that figure that they wanted, but we have got to that figure. So that's a great offer. They should accept it, but they haven't accepted it yet. And actually, seeing as it was just after lunchtime that this news broke, that United had submitted this new improved offer, I would have thought personally by now that Brentford would have actually accepted it. Because, why arse around? They're wanting 70 million. We're giving them 70 million. They can say yes and give the green light to Manchester United and get the medical sorted out and everything. So just maybe they will ask for a little bit more money. But I hope not. What's the temperature? It is quite moist in here right now. Yeah, sorry, I'm sweating like a PIG, aren't I? Sorry guys, it's 27.4. It's the humidity though. Look at that humidity, 65% humidity. It's moist. It's moist. I'm sorry about that. It's very moist. We should walk away if they reject it. Yeah, I agree. There's other places we can spend our money. We could sign a striker and a goalie for the same amount from Mbeumo. We don't strictly need number 10s. Brentford are taking the piss if they don't accept. I agree with you. Yeah, Brentford are twats. It is very, very humid right now. It is, mate. Yeah. Oh, I am absolutely moist. Humid as hell today. It's so humid today. It's insane. Insanely humid, mate. Adam, join the club, lad. Visser to Spurs. Yeah, I think you could be right there, Hansy. I think that's likely. If United were going in for him, we probably would have already tried to move, but maybe we would just be waiting to get that Mbeumo deal finalised so we don't disturb that deal, actually. But if we were going in for him, I feel like there'd have been some links or some serious discussions about it, and he's only been linked to other football clubs, so I think it's a shame, but we should be going for him, but we're not. Is Rasmus leaving? My humble opinion, Nas, is that, yes, he will be leaving, but I think probably in some sort of loan capacity later on in the window. It all depends on who we sign, mate. If we can sign, I don't know, a new proper striker like Visser or Watkins, and then maybe get another backup in there like Vardy or someone, right? Then you've got 3 players up there who can play that position. You'd have Chido Obi, who's a good option. I'd definitely rather him ahead of Højlund. You've got someone like, I don't know, a Vardy or something like that who's just got experience there as a wily old backup. And then you have the main guy, which would be Watkins or Visser, banging in the majority of the goals, playing the majority of the games. So if you could get that, that would sort us out, and they'd all be better options than Højlund. So, yeah, Højlund, I don't think he has much of a place in the team. It's just whether or not we can sell him, because he's another one of those players that's not really wanted by many teams around the world because of his gash stats and gash couple of seasons. So it's not really... Yeah, oh, sorry, I was doing a rundown of what we've discussed. Yes, also the Benjamin Sesko links is apparently serious. I don't know. He wants to join United, apparently. But again, the money involved. Arsenal went for Gyokeres somewhat because of the value of Benjamin Sesko being close to 100 million euros. Put on him there by RB Leipzig. So I just think it's too much money. Yes, it would be nice. Yes, he has potential. It's not even the signing anywhere near that I would want right now. There's at least 6 players I would sign sooner than him for less money. So it doesn't add up. It makes 0 sense for us to go for Benjamin Sesko right now. He just costs too much. He's not even proven enough. He'd take too much time probably to adapt. And, it's just not a ready-made, experienced player. So for me, I would say definitely not. But there are links there with him. Also, Newcastle linked strongly to Visser as well over at Brentford. Still, Spurs have an interest. Forest have an interest. A good few teams are interested in Visser because he represents very good value for money. 1 year left on his deal means he could be picked up reasonably cheap. Also, we mentioned Ten Hag quotes on Anthony. He just said we're not interested in him at the moment, but we'll see what happens. But apparently Anthony's like a son to him. And Richard Rios is linked to several different football clubs as well, a player that has been linked to United and is available for approximately 30 million euros this summer. He's been linked to Benfica, Forest and now Porto. Some good clubs interested in Richard Rios. I don't want this to be another Moises Caicedo, Julian Alvarez scenario where we've been offered really good players for not a lot of money and we end up just saying no and they end up going somewhere and becoming an absolute star in the league. That would be so annoying. I feel like Richard Rios is one of those ones we should just take a punt on. So he's linked there as well. Also, we've talked about Galatasaray and Napoli. They're finalising the deal for Victor Osimhen at the moment. Positive talks today. Gala's set to pay 40 million and 35 next year. Also linked to Nicholas Jackson. Okay, that's the latest sort of news. If there's anything that does come out for the remainder of the show, of course, we'll bring it to you live. But for now, we're going to get into the Q&A. Keep smashing those likes on the video. Get your thoughts and opinions in here. Have your say. Yes, indeed. Get your likes in there. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new. And let's be hearing from you. Get your thoughts and opinions in there on the channel. And we'd love to hear from you. It's Q&A time, legends. It's Q&A time. Get your thoughts and opinions raw in there. Right. I'm sorry, Nicholas Jackson. Who I am for real. Never meant to make your mama cry. You are just not my guy. For United. Sorry about that, Nicholas Jackson, lad. Headless chicken. That's what springs to mind when thinking Nicholas Jackson. Just not clinical enough. Actually, he does get in really good positions and gets lots of chances. We were talking about this the other day. If you look at his stats for chances, he's getting a lot of chances, but he's not taking a lot of those chances. He's not clinical. He's not got that natural finishability that we need for a proper number 9. I don't think he's even a proper number 9. You know, I think we need an out-and-out number 9. Someone who's, you know, adept at playing on the last man, getting on the end of balls, that sort of stuff. You know, that's what we need. A Ruud van Nistelrooy type. That would be fine by me, because you've got the creative players behind it. We're supposed to have these wing-backs bombing forward, whipping balls in, the likes of Ahmad on the right, and maybe it will be, you know, Dorgu, Diego Leon, whoever on the other side, you know, whipping balls in. We've also got the creative sparks of the Mbeumo and Cunha and these guys that are expected to be playing behind the striker. So if you do get a striker, surely they're going to get good service, and you just need somebody who can finish off these chances. Gonçalo Ramos would be a good signing, in my opinion. Yeah, good shout, Francisco. That's not a bad idea. Gonçalo Ramos, a player that a couple of years ago we were very heavily linked to before he moved to PSG. What's his wages like over there, though, Francisco? I'm not too sure what his wages are like. I'd imagine they're quite a lot. Mike Jones says Ramos from PSG only 90k wage. Is he really? I can't believe that. I can't believe that, Mike, because he moved for like, how much was it? 70-odd million or something? 90,000, is that all? I mean, if his wages were only that, then yes, I suppose it could make some sense. But I've got a feeling he'd be on a lot more than that playing for PSG, no? I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe you're right there. Play Bruno as a striker? I suppose we could do some sort of false 9 thing. I actually think that could work pretty well, you know, if you had Bruno as the false 9, or Xerxes or someone like that, and then the likes of Mbeumo and Cunha are playing off of them. You could actually get a lot of goals doing it that way as well. EA26 looks gash. It's just another money grab. Just same old shite, really, isn't it? Van Nistelrooy would still score more than Jackson. I think you're right, you know, Mike. He probably would finish off a lot more chances at his age. But Onana must leave us alone. Opio, how you doing, Opio, Steward? Yeah, he's injured at the moment, isn't he? He probably injured himself on purpose. That's my take on it. He's just like had a chat with Luke Shaw. Hey, Luke, how do I not lose my place in the team? How the hell do we stay here beyond this summer transfer window? Oh, that's easy. Just you know, just put your foot in this box and twist your knee, mate. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. 90k, you say? Yeah, fair enough. With Mbeumo, we should go by Elvis' song, It's Now or Never. Barbie, my boyfriend used to play wing-back for Telford. What? Jackson ain't proven enough. Nah, he's kind of proven guff. Yes, Anthony says Jackson would be a terrible signing for us. He misses chances like Rasmus. Yeah, precisely, lad. That's it. We need somebody who really is a good clinical finisher. And actually, you know, somebody who has good stats in the Prem over the last 2 or 3 seasons makes a bit of sense, which is why someone like Ollie Watkins, I'm still singing Ollie Watkins praises. I'm still hoping we go in for him. Maybe there's a Garnacho swap deal on the cards with Aston Villa. Yeah, we don't have a lot of money, but because we've got 1 or 2 players they might be interested in, it could happen. And for me, he would be an excellent addition. He got 16 goals last season in the Prem, which he wasn't even really in the team much towards the end of the season, a bit out of sorts towards the end. And also the season before he got like 23 league goals or somewhere along those lines. Very proven, good presser. You know, certainly we could do a lot worse than Ollie Watkins. And if he was available for 45 mil, I'd say get the deal done. Now, if Aston Villa are asking for 60 million, it may well just be too much. Of course I'm going to order it, Adam. Yeah, I know. Of course I'm going to pre-order it, lad. Yeah. Well, Brandon says Ramos's salary is only 5.5 million euros a year, which is 90k per week. So, yes, this is correct. Oh, thank you very much. Big up Mike as well. for getting in there. That's what you heard, and this is what Brandon's confirmed. Interesting. Well, that's not a lot, is it, really, in the grand scheme of things? I am surprised about that because he went for a lot of money. But, yeah, 91,000 sterling. Well, if that was the amount, then we could certainly do a lot worse when it comes to picking up players, because he's somebody that we could pay, 120 grand a week to, or a bit more, and surely they'd be happy with a bit part in the team. Who knows? Hit the likes, guys. Come on and do it for Piggy. Thank you, Nas. Appreciate you. Magaloy, Fred, McFred, Acuna, Mateta. What a wonderful phrase. Thornster, yes, mate, I know. It would be nice if we could get Mateta in there as well, just so we can say Acuna, Mateta, for the rest of my days. Yeah, it's so true. I would love that as well. That would be something. It's Escape to Victory, starring Onana and Shaw. Semenyo, okay, well, Semenyo, yes, I mean, didn't he sign a new contract? Yeah, he did. He signed a new contract at Bournemouth last week. Semenyo would have been a player that we would have been interested in. But he signed a new contract, didn't he, last week? I'm pretty sure. Loan for this season. Yeah, we need to sign a good striker, 100%. I mean, in terms of the season, right, we need a striker. We need to loan maybe one or two players if we run out of money. We've just got to get a couple more players in certain areas, like a midfielder. So, yeah, good shout there with the loans, or maybe loaning out players as well. We talked about Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, how difficult it might actually be to sell these players this summer because of their wages. So loan deals probably is on the horizon for them as well. Need a new keeper. Yeah, if Jackson, we better keep Rasmus Højlund. Yeah, I'd probably rather just keep Rasmus, to be fair. No point spending a lot of money on Jackson for him just to be a gash version of Højlund. Mateta or Visser, if we cannot, he's better than Højlund, by the way. If we cannot get Rasmus out and get Maguire in, that's Father Dougal Maguire. Played a great game in the song is probably why Mateta won't come in. United are a Timon and Pumbaa. Maybe. I don't know. I think, if you think about it like that, I mean, Old Trafford's like Pride Rock? You know what I mean? And Alex Ferguson's like that baboon, you know what I mean? The baboon who sort of holds up Simba. Do you know what I mean? That's Sir Alex Ferguson, like the godfather, the old guy. Do you know what I mean? And Ruben Amorim's like the king, but he's going to get messed up by Scar, unfortunately, yeah. Anyway, actually, no, sorry. Let's not say that. Let's make Amorim Simba. Amorim Simba, guys. What are we talking about? Put Phil Jones in Escape to Victory as well. Oh, great shout, lad. Great shout. Escape to Victory starring Phil Jones, Luke Shaw, and a bunch of melts. Would be quite an interesting movie, yeah. Pig, bottom three to go down, lad. I think Brentford are in big trouble if Mbeumo goes. Never mind Visser as well. Bottom three to go down, lad. You think Brentford? Okay, bottom three to go down. For me, I'm going to say... I'll say Leeds. I'll say Brentford as well, I agree. And I'll also say Sunderland. Just an easy pick, isn't it, there, really? So I'll go with those teams to go down, to be fair. But yeah, I do think Brentford have a real strong possibility of slipping into the relegation zone again this season. No Thomas Frank, different sort of change in direction, new manager. It's got the potential for them, seriously, to derail now. They're going to have to spend that money very wisely. I don't really rate the new manager that they've got either. Obviously only time will tell on that one. He could be good long term. But as of right now, not impressed by the appointment. I think they could have gone for somebody with a bit more experience, a bit more quality. But see how he rebuilds the team, because he is going to lose a good few players this summer. They'll lose Mbeumo, they lost Norgard, they're going to lose Visser probably. There's going to have to be money spent. They've got money. They've got that Premier League money. They've also kind of live within their means, Brentford, so they've got strong coffers. They've also going to get a lot of money from player sales. So they've got a chance to rebuild. They might be fine, but I've just got a feeling things are going to get a bit on top for them this season, yeah. And unless they spend really well and their new manager does really well, they are in for a relegation battle. That's what I think as well. May have to get players in on loan. Definitely. Who are the best players that currently could be maybe had on loan? We talked about Palhinha, didn't we, over at Bayern, maybe coming in to bolster the midfield option. That could happen. Watkins can score goals for Man U more than Jackson. I think so too, yeah. Not tonight, Rajat, we won't be, no. Now I need a midfielder or two and a new keeper to challenge those European places next season. Watkins, I don't really think Watkins is a flop in the making, Kingslayer, myself. Fair play for your opinion. But his record's pretty proven in the Prem. Which striker who we never mentioned here will be good for us? Striker we never mentioned? Probably, quite a few. I'd imagine... Ekitike. He's a lot of money, I know, but seems a good young player. We didn't mention him, but obviously he is linked now heavily to the likes of Liverpool, Newcastle, these sorts of teams, probably Newcastle mainly, although apparently they've changed their attentions to Vissa because of the amount of money involved with the Ekitike deal. They apparently want 80 million for him. So it's not going to happen for us. We're linked to a few different free transfers as well, such as the likes of Wilson, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Jamie Vardy, all of those I suppose are on the cards. And I think the best one out of them for us would probably be Jamie Vardy as a backup, wily old fox to get in there. Griffin says, I just hope you can somehow offload the melts. Go get some money, lads. You need it bad. Thank you, Griffin. Yeah, we do need to get rid of a few of these melts big time. The toxic trio need to be moved on. Scar is exactly like the Glazers. That's a good shout, yeah. I still believe we need to find a good CDM whom can take on Casemiro's role. Spot on, agree with you there as well, Meth Prince. David Moyes is Scar. The Lion King references would never stop. Watkins is proven. Everybody's gone quiet about Callum Wilson. Yeah, I don't really want us to go and get Callum Wilson, really. Not ahead of Vardy anyway, even though he's younger. What I like about the Vardy deal is I feel like he would sign for 1 year because of his age. He won't want more than a year deal. Whereas I think Wilson, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, some of these players, they might want 2 or 3 years, and that commits us long term. I just want somebody to come in for a year. So Vardy would make sense there. Need to be a minimum tip. If the sale of Sancho and the signing of Mbeumo happen this week, it would be a huge relief for the fans. Francisco, lad, spot on. You're not wrong, my son. You're not wrong. By the way, guys, let's have a look at how many subscribers we're on now. Yeah, darling, we're on 91,446 subscribers. Yeah, darling. Danke schön, mein Freundes. Very much indeed, therefore, subscribing throughout the show. If you're new to the channel, keep clicking the subscribe button down there. It's the red one. Also, smash the likes on the stream and get involved. We want to hear from you. We're going to stick on here for a good, 10 minutes or so. Have a chat with you legends. Late night vibes. Best strikers for United, Mateta, Watkins or Vissa. I agree, United history. I agree entirely, lad. They are Premier League proven. I have not seen the trailer to Mortal Kombat 2, though. No, I haven't, Lewis, but I enjoyed the first one. The recent remake they did. I enjoyed it. Amaro ain't no Simba. He can't win 2 games in a row. Steady on now, Aaron's lad. He's just growing, isn't he? He's growing. Mrs. P, is that you? Mrs. P? Mrs. P, is that you? Mrs. P? Put Hoyland on loan to the Championship. Let him chill for a while. West Ham to go down. Brentford, even Burnley. Benjamin Sesko to United. It's not really realistic, is it, Kareem? It's too much money, lad. Burnley, you change Brentford for Burnley, going down, pig. Fair point there, Brandon. So basically all the teams that are coming up you think are going down. That's a fair assessment. It's very difficult for these teams to stay up. Burnley, Sunderland and Brentford to go down. Good shout there, Links. Manager worked under Frank Piggy. Yeah, but I'm still saying I don't think they've put somebody in who hasn't got bags of experience there. I would have thought they would be better off going for someone like just trying to think of somebody who's got recent Premier League experience and stuff, who's a good manager who might be available. I don't know. I can't actually think of anyone right now. But you know what I'm saying. Luke Shaw should be busy eating Doris the Tea Lady out of house and home. Crikey, I thought I'd said someone else for a second there. Newcastle wants Vissa. Yeah, precisely, Evo. Surely if we went in for him, we could have a chance of signing him. Spurs with Thomas Frank's a different prospect right now because of the manager link. That makes it more likely that he'd want to go there. But Mbeumo didn't. And think about this. If Mbeumo's at the football club, right, and Manchester United come in for Vissa is probably, at least if he gets on with Mbeumo, is probably going to be more likely to want to come to Man United as well because of that Mbeumo link and the fact that they played together so well last season. Surely that means something. There's somebody there he already knows. So that could increase the likelihood he comes to us, I suppose, if just the fact that we've got Mbeumo at the football club. Amarim's a good coach. Let's sign players he wants. I agree with you, Saviour. So I was looking at some stats the other day. His win percentage at Sporting was absolutely sensational. I know it's a different league and everything, but his win percentage, sensational. And the amount of players he got rid of in his second season was 17. In his second season at Sporting, he got rid of 17 players. 17 the second season, right? Now, obviously, at United, we need a bit of a change around. We need an exodus of players. We need to have a good transition. And he's not being able to do that because nobody wants to buy our players. And so we haven't got the money to spend elsewhere. We haven't been able to buy the players we wanted. We haven't been able to sell the players we wanted. He is looking for a revolution where he can reshape the side, and he's not being given it by the owners and the recruitment and all that sort of stuff. Sully Griffin, thank you so much for your super chat again here, Sully. Can we get some love hearts in there for Sully Griffin with the super chat? Thank you, Sully. Let's see what he says. He says, Pig, who wins silverware this season? Okay, league winners, I'm going for Liverpool. FA Cup winners, I'm going for City. And League Cup winners, I'm going for Manchester fucking United. That's what I'm going for, mate. I don't know. Look, I suppose we can focus on the Cups this season, can't we? But we're still miles off. But we can focus on the Cups because we don't have Europe. There should be an expectation for Man United to get quite far in all those tournaments because we're putting all of our eggs in the domestic cup basket, so to speak. Yeah, Amorim would love a trophy at the club, definitely. No, Evo, I haven't got rid of it yet. Probably should do. No money, so they'll not be allowed to leave. We're stuck with this shite. They're on too much money. His win percentage in United is 30%. Yes, his win percentage in United absolutely awful, but he's only been here 6 months. And remember, he was taking over somebody else's mess mid-season. He never wanted to come in the middle of the season, just so you know. He never wanted to come. They convinced him to come. He never wanted to come. He realised that there would be, you know, a situation of absolute guff and transition at the football club there. They convinced him to come and basically treat it as a big, long pre-season and plan for next season rather than coming in the summer. But he never wanted to come, mate, until they convinced him. So I think it just wasn't a very good situation for him to come in and take over. This season, we'll really see what Amorim can do. You know, Mbeumo isn't coming. Brentford's pulling out and selling Vissa because we dragged our feet for 2 months. James, what are you on about, James? You know, that's a very negative mentality to take. For a start, Mbeumo, I do think is coming. You know, that's, I don't know where you're getting that from. I mean, we've had 3 bids in there now. The last one's a combined £70 million bid. They'd be insane to turn that down, right? And Vissa, well, yes, they're going to probably have to sell Vissa to someone. We should go in for him after we've finished the Mbeumo deal. United need 8 to 12 new players and change in mentality. Well, we certainly need about 5 or 6 new players, yeah. It'll be way harder for us to get rid of players. True, so true, Jacob. Good luck selling Garnacho, who's got a shitting attitude. Good luck selling Sancho, who's the same and on 300 grand a week. And good luck selling Rashford, who's on 350k a week and is as Rashford as the name suggests. Can't understand that people are not giving Amorim time. Oh, you've got to give Amorim time. Yeah, I'm with you there, guys. Amorim's a good manager, but the board is abandoning him. You've got to give Amorim time. You've got to back Amorim. It's taken all this time just for him to get a couple of players in. It is unacceptable. He should have been fully backed this summer, for the season, so he can really do well. And, you know, they haven't backed him. They have left him out to dry a little bit there. It's clear. So, yes, I agree with what you said there. Palace to win the Shield. Relegation, here we come. Yeah. Pig score prediction against Mr. German Sausage Farker Army. Yeah. Yeah, my name is Daniel Farker. And, yeah, I'm back in the Premier League. Yeah, with Leeds United. And, yeah, I used to be Norwich City manager in the Prem. I have a vast experience working for Delia. Yeah. I don't know. You know, I think we're going to beat them 2-1 on the 19th. We got them in a couple of days' time, don't we? Yeah. Why not swear? If there was an advert, why footballers should never act Mike Summerby and Escape to Victory and Sir David Beckham in anything. Good shout. I remember Beckham in like Goal 2 or something. He's got like one line and it's a bit cringe. That's a fair point. But then saying that, I always thought like Pele was banging in that film. Pele's great in Escape to Victory, isn't he? He's like, the tactics, just give me the ball. I do this and this and this and this and this and this and goal. What a legend. We need a squad overhaul. Yeah, that's what it should have been this summer. Mass outgoings, mass incomings, a total changing of the guard. But it's not been. It's just been a couple of long time, you know, deals that have taken ages. They are good players coming in, Cunha and Mbeumo. Mbeumo's taken ages. Not Cunha, but Mbeumo's taken ages and they haven't got anybody else. We're playing on the 19th, mate. So, yes, the Saturday, yeah. He threw Soleimani out the team in training and sporting. Hopefully he cooks because I don't trust Amorim. Well, it's hard to really know. It's hard to say, oh, yes, Amarim's a brilliant coach from Man United. You can't really say that right now because his record at United is gash. But I just feel like there's extenuating reasons as to why it was so gash. If he'd have taken over, a settled Man United side, which we haven't seen for decades, but if he had taken over a better team, not in such a state of guff, then he might have been able to do a lot better. What was Ferguson's win percentage when he came mid-season? Yeah, very interesting point. His win percentage when Ferguson came, from Aberdeen was probably fantastic. And then he's come over to United and in the late 80s, and his win percentage would have been pretty gash. Particularly some of those seasons. One of those seasons he finished like 13th with United or whatever. So some of those win percentages early doors for Ferguson era would have not been the best. Yes, from 92 on we were a machine. But before that, it was hard times, wasn't it? When we buy players treated like buying a car, we want the best and all we get are jalopies. Hey, that's so true, lad. We've bought a few lemons, that's for sure. We can't be judging Amarim yet. He needs to be sacked. I'll judge him at the end of the season if he's given more players. Spot on, Anthony. Ridiculous to sack him soon. Ridiculous not to back him. I mean, he is under pressure because if United are in a position like we were towards the end of the season, this season at any time, if it's 10 games in and we're 15th, he's going to be under it, isn't he? Big up the Lionesses, get in there. United to win the Carabao Cup over Spurs. Revenge would be sweet. One swallow doesn't make a summer. Chappy, fair play. The positive with him coming at the time he did it is that he was able to evaluate the team. That's right, Andreas. So he's come in. You should just discount that 6 months that he was in the job. Don't judge it too much because that was a time for him to try and get them, the players that he is keeping, to understand a new system. It was also a time to assess all these players and get rid of all these players that he didn't want. And look, he's exiled a few players out the team, so he's been pretty ruthless in what he's done there. But we just haven't been able to sell them as a football club. It's not his fault. Yes, Glazers are shithousers. Yeah, if you're swearing, it's fine, but as long as it's not cursing at people in the chat. That's right, Aaron, yes. Let's try and not be toxic in here. We don't mind a bit of swearing. At the end of the day, we're all adults here, apart from the kids watching. Lewis Joshua, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat there, you legend. He said this. A super chat for you, Pigster. Oh, Bryan Mbeumo. Oh, Bryan Mbeumo. Thank you so much, Louis Joshua. Yes, mate. Appreciate that. Love there, mate. Let's see what he said, actually. Sorry. Love to you, bro. You're a legend. Palhinha on loan, maybe? What's your opinion on him, mate? Thank you, Lewis Joshua. Yes, my opinion on Palhinha, when he was in the Prem, playing for Fulham, he was an absolute destroyer, wasn't he? Very, very good option there, sort of sitting in front of your back line. He could definitely play the number 6 for Manchester United for a while. Now, he's got on a little bit in terms of age. I think is he 30 now? I don't know exactly what he is, getting on a little bit. But ultimately is still a very good option for us. He's a destroyer, and we need another destroyer in the team. We haven't got the most cover in that position. You think about like Casemiro's probably going to be playing the 6 for us. That's not enough mobility, really. He's getting on a bit. I think he'll probably still be quite good and experienced for us, but we certainly need some more players in there. Yeah, Chloe Kelly, absolute legend. Thank you, Lewis Joshua. Yeah, but I really do rate Palhinha. If we could get him on loan, it's a no-brainer. That's what United should do this summer. We don't have a lot of cash. Let's get another cheeky Sabitzer deal. Why not? A little loan deal for someone. Evan Ferguson is going to AS Roma. I thought he was going to be a striker for a big Premier League team. Oh. Champions League, who's going to win that? Oh, it's hard to really say. I'd probably say, Real Madrid. It's an easy guess, but, they always do quite well, don't they? So I'll say Real maybe with a chance. Let's just take a look at the latest updates, see if anything else has come out here in regards to Mbeumo or any other Manchester United news. No, there is no more news this evening. I don't think we're going to get the here we go for Mbeumo tonight from Fab. Probably be tomorrow, but you never know. You do never know. There could be something that comes out there. You just never know. Let's continue anyway. Brentford until 12 tomorrow. Mbeumo's not happening. I think it's going to happen, lad. I think it's going to happen. Ultimately, if they want to take a couple of days about it, it's not the end of the world. We just have to make sure he's on the plane until for the 22nd when we leave for the USA tour. And if we can get him there, then he can work with the team for pre-season. First 5 games of the new season will be testing. So true, Links Red. They're horrible fixtures. The lady's done well, but she should have made changes earlier. Any here we go yet? No, Marvin. I just checked, mate. There's nothing come through there on the old Vine just yet. The Rome wasn't built for one day and we have a lot to build. So true there, Evo. He needs time. Certainly needs time. Palhinha would be a great loan, says Thornster 11. Yeah, good call. Kevin Carroll, big ups. He says 2 months. Trying to sign Mbeumo. Is it the size of his beard the problem? Brentford wanted 62 million, we end up paying 70. Well, there's lots of hearsay going around, Kevin. My opinion on it is that they wanted 70 million at the start of the window. You know, we actually offered 62.5 million as our last offer. You know, the previous second bid combined anyway, 55 up front and 7.5 down the line. I think their number's always been 70 personally. We've reached that number now. So hopefully it gets done. You actually vibe with Amorim. He can do good stuff. I really like him, mate. I really like his attitude. I really like the realism of the guy. You know, much prefer him. I warm to him much more than, well, most of the managers. Probably any manager since since Ollie anyway. That's only a couple, but, you know, Ralphie Ragnick didn't really inspire me, even though he said how it was, to be fair. He did say how it was as well. And obviously, you know, my thoughts on Erik ten Hag and, you know, but Amorim, I like how he approaches it. I like his mentality. I like his honesty. But the only thing I don't like at the moment is the results in the football. But I feel like there's reasons as to why it was so bad this season just gone. And give him a chance with new signings and new players, new opportunities, and I think he'll do really well. Different era back then. They used to know how to do it. Yeah, fair one. Yeah. Carter runs like she should. Watch along boxing on Saturday. Hey, you know I might do actually, Steve. Yeah, you're talking about Usyk Dubois, yeah? Daniel Farker's the manager of a porn production company too. Are you kidding me, right? Can't even buy a kind Kinder Bueno. Never mind Mbeumo. And Mbeumo will end up at United. Visser at Newcastle after they've sold Axat to Liverpool, and Brentford will end up in a relegation battle. I could see that, Mad Effects. Good shout, good prediction. They call him Mystic Mad Effects because he predicts these things. And Mbeumo soon. Yeah, and Fergie's first season didn't bear fruit. The first few seasons didn't bear fruit, did they? Wasn't it his fifth season? Yeah, those changes altered everything. Player power's the reason. Lucy Bronze was the hero. Do you know, I didn't watch it, guys. I'm actually a bit of a melter, aren't I? I haven't seen any of the Euro ladies tournament or anything this summer. I'm having a complete mare. Rashford and the Musketeers. People need to forget when Fergie first came in, it wasn't long before the fans were chanting for him to be sacked. He turned it around and look what happened. Well said there, Brandon. I mean, you have to give players and managers and everybody a fair amount of time to prove themselves. It might not happen for them straight away. There's also been players that have come into United who've had a rough start and then gone on to be great. I mean, I remember a lot of people calling for David De Gea to be sold when we first signed him, you know, or to be sacked off out the side when he was a 19-year-old, you know, wiry young lad coming in. People said he's not ready, he's not good enough. Fergie stuck with him, and he's won a fucking Premier League title and turned out to be our best player for 10 years. Certain people don't look at the whole view. Hey, Jonathan Gallagher, what's going on, mate? Yeah, so true. Amorim's not ticking anything from his bucket list right now. Well, financially, he probably is, because he's, he's Man United manager, he's getting good money. But actually, from what he's trying to achieve in football, he won't be happy with how it's gone, no. He won't be happy, and he will want to get back to winning ways, I'm sure. Evening Piggy just got here from watching the Lionesses. Nice one, Michael Sharp. Get in there, the Lionesses. Love that. Get in there now. That's beautiful. Maybe Gilmore from Napoli. Billy Gilmore. Paulinho used to play for Amorim at Sporting too. Like it, Marks. Yeah, you see, there you go. That's another great link there. So maybe a loan deal. You think Mbeumo will be done tomorrow afternoon, Piggy? I agree with you, Roger. I do. What we mean by done is at least agreed between the two football clubs to the point where they've given Man United permission, you know, to finalise the deal and also to, not just finalise the deal, but also to get the deal medical set up and the deal arranged, you know, because that's going to take a couple of days, isn't it? Most definitely. Hey, watch this. We've got a raid. Yes, mate. Tactical Devils, a.k.a. Jarvis Cocker, the legend. Mate, thank you so much, mate, for raiding us. Don't know, shout out. Who's come over from Tactical Devils? Big up to you, Jarvis. Thank you very much for that. Legend, lad. Legend. Thank you very much for the raid, sir. How you getting on there, Tactical Devils, lad? Come on. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express tonight. Thank you for joining. Shout out Tactical Devils. Fantastic channel on YouTube, guys. Big ups to Jarvis. What a hero. And be great to do another collab with him soon. Get in there. Yes. Get in there, Jarvis, lad. Hang on a second. Luan France, welcome in, Luan. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Yes, we're on. Yep, we're on here pretty much every day around about 1 p.m. UK time, and also every night from about 10 p.m. UK time, more or less every night. So, you know, in case you're wondering if we're on, we'll be on. We'll be on. So if you're not on, then that's your fault. But yes, thank you for the raid there. I appreciate you. What would the Spurt cadet do? That's what I want to know. You're the only person that wants to know that. That's for sure. You're absolutely the only person. Is Alex Savage your favourite member? Definitely not, mate. I mean, for a start, Alex Savage isn't even a member, mate. You're not a member, Alex. Oh, thank you very much indeed there, Tactical Devils. That's very kind of you, mate. Thanks for sending some legends over here. Appreciate that. Nice one. Absolute legend. If you're new to the channel, guys, then feel free to smash the likes on this video here and get yourself subscribed and in the chat. We're going to stick on here for a little bit longer and have more of a Q&A. So please do have your say. Get your thoughts and opinions in. I have got a Discord, Adam. If you put an exclamation mark Discord in the chat, feel free to join the Discord. There is a transfer update section in there and some other stuff. So check it out. Watching from Toronto. Nice one, Johan, mate. Have a great time over there, bro. That's lovely. 20 goals and assists for Bruno this season. Now, could be. Bruno's probably going to be playing a bit deeper this season, but you never know. City got another one over us on letting us have Berard, and my dog has done more business than he has. It's not been a very glory-filled summer transfer window for any of our higher-ups at the football club. That's true. Nah, not tonight, Raja. Back on it tomorrow, though, lad. I know I've been saying that for a little while, but we are back on it tomorrow, mate, on the gaming channel. Thank you so much, Roger Farrow. Appreciate that, my son. Hopefully we're seeing you open that silver plaque next season. Thank you, Brandon, mate. Yeah, well, that's what I'm aiming for. We're aiming for 100,000 subscribers sometime next season, lad. So hopefully we get there too. It would be pretty amazing. Thank you, Alex Savage. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say. Smoke says, with Mbeumo and Cunha, there's definitely helps Bruno to stay disciplined as central midfield, hopefully. Yeah, I was looking at, there's some heat map that I saw earlier on of Bruno Fernandes compared to Zubamendi, just a couple of different players. And the thing is, the problem with Bruno Fernandes is he isn't the most disciplined of players when it comes, like you say, to staying in that position. Like this heat map of Bruno, to credit him, is all over the place. He's all over the place, you know. He's that sort of player who's trying to get on in the action on the ball. He's constantly trying to influence the game. But he does need to be a little bit more disciplined, especially if he's going to be playing in the midfield too for us as opposed to at number 10. So that's it, really, yeah. Stuart Woolley, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for the raid, Stuart, lad. And get in there. Thank you for joining the chat, lad. Appreciate you. Big ups to Tactical Devils, Jarvis, and Stu, their legends. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you to Amo Faro Ebenezer. What a name that is. Thank you so much for subscribing there, Amo Faro. Legend. Thank you for hitting the subscribe. If you guys are new, you can feel free to hit the subscribe button there. That's much appreciated. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. How can people still not learn and stop constantly blaming managers? Because they're dum-dums there, Jonathan. That's why. You know, you can't fix stupid, mate. I always say that, right? And there's a lot of people out there who just go, oh, watch this, a few months of gash football and gash results, sack the manager, even though we've only just appointed him. Even though there's so many extenuating reasons as to why Man United is shite. And the manager's probably the least of it at the moment, coming in mid-season, taking over from the previous mess. So the hierarchy, the owners, the people in charge of decisions at this football club, you know, the Baradas, the Vivels, the fucking Wilcoxes, the fucking Ineos Melts. These are the biggest problems at this football club. The Glazer shithouses, you know, bunch of dum-dums calling for Amrim's head right now. just say it how it is, in my opinion. It's like, what the hell is happening there? You've got to give him chance. Fair enough if it's the end of this season and we're having a similar time of it, you've got to say he's probably not the man. But at the moment, he only took over somebody else's mess mid-season, so we haven't even seen all that he can offer. I think he's going to do fine. We just need to back him, though, and I feel for Amorim because he should be getting backed right now to the hilt by the owners, and they're actually kind of leaving him out to dry. Yes, they have managed to bring in, you know, Cunha, and that's obviously Amorim's one of his first key targets of the summer window. That's why we went and got him straight away. So was Mbeumo. He was clearly Amorim's one of Amorim's top targets. That's why we started the negotiations with him early. Finally looks like we're getting him, but we haven't got him just yet. Amorim needs help elsewhere. Where's the number 9 goal scorer to replace Gashmas Boyland? Where's the new goalie coming in with a firm wrist who actually could maybe stop us conceding so many goals and errors as opposed to Andre Onana? So I've got to say, we are miles behind. We're not helping Amorim out whatsoever. And it's a pathetic state, really, even after we've signed Mbeumo, if that happens. Like, surely we need to do more. Luan France, thank you very much for hitting the likes there, Luan, and saying we've got 245 likes. Thank you, everyone who's hit the like button. Let's see if we can get 300 likes in it then before the end of the stream. We might be able to do that. Give us a like spike, Every little like helps the stream out. Thank you. It's not Amarim's fault, but he wasn't the best choice for our circumstances. He only plays one way, and we don't have the cash to get him a new squad. You know, I've got my own doubts about him only playing one way, right? I know he only played one way with Manchester United this season, just gone. I kind of feel like he was trying to get them to go through the fire and learn his system this season as quick as possible. I hope that he's got other ideas next season, because if you're a top-tier manager, you do need to have that adaptability where you can play a few different ways. Sometimes you're going to have to play with a different formation. Depends on the opposition, you know. Styles make matches, and if you're coming up against a team that plays a certain way, you have to try and set up to counteract them in some ways, don't you? Otherwise, you can leave yourself exposed. Depends entirely on the team. There's so many little subtleties in the tactics, obviously, of coming up against different teams with different players and different formations and how they go about it. Have they got wingers who stay wide and whip balls in? Do they have inside forwards? You know, there's lots of different nuances and little subtleties, but ultimately you should be able to adapt and overcome, mate, and you should be able to play a few different formations, and we should be able to play a few different systems. So that's true. I hope that does happen, but part of me thinks that Amarim, you know, obviously he was brought in to change the system. He was brought in to play this system, and he's just sticking with it and going through the motions to try and get them to understand the system fully for this next season. That's what I was hoping for. And maybe there will be a change in his mentality. But I have to say, the adaptability so far of Amarim is in question in regards to formations, tactics, that sort of stuff. Because we haven't seen him play like a lot of different tactics or styles or systems. It's all just been the same, you know, the 3-4-2-1 sort of guff, hasn't it? We got to find a role model this year for Bruno. He goes forward constantly and empties the midfield. If we sort this out, we'll be a much better side this year. We'll have Mbeumo and Cunha do the damage. Thank you, Anthony Wisdom, for your say there. Yeah. So true. Midfield constantly empty. So true there. We got to find a role. Well, hopefully he can sit and be more of a number 8 for us, spreading the play and being a playmaker. I hope so. Those that came over from Tactical Devils, hit the like and subscribe. I just have. Thank you, Fred the Reds. And once again, shout out to Tactical Devils. I appreciate the raid there. We don't get a lot of raids over here, you know. So thank you so much for the raid. I don't think I've ever been raided by anyone, actually. Oh, no, I have. I've been raided by Berber and a couple of other, you know, people. But, you know, I don't think I've ever been raided by Man United channel before. That's fucking awesome. John Davies, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Yes, mate, get in there, lad. Thank you so much, John Davies. No message with it. Just pure love there from John Davies. Thank you, John. That's very kind of you, my man. Very, very kind of you. Onana makes your ass itch. If I were you, I'd get down the doctors, you know, Adam. I don't think that's got anything to do with Andre Onana, lad. I think that's either your own decision-making going on there. Amarim will make United great again. Just wait and see, guys. New movie, Onana on the glass hand. Would rather have Crichton in goal. He's a smee. Good shout there, Steve Barrero. Oh, shrink wrap the goal. Yeah, no, that's fair. Again, I don't really think he wanted to come mid-season, so he was just sort of thrown in at the deep end, and unfortunately, yeah, he's drowned somewhat. But it's not over yet for him. He can turn it around. I think this has been the biggest learning experience of his career, and he'll ever have, coming to United the last 6 months or so, and, you know, with how the club's run and the players in the squad and the egos and all the rest of it. It's been a very big learning curve for him. Hopefully he's learned a lot over this last 6 months and can apply it this season. He certainly will have learned a lot about the Premier League, a lot about English football, and so we should be better placed next season to do a bit better, yeah. Once he gets better players and drills into them consistency, something the club hasn't had in years. Yeah, so better players will find it easy to play. That's so true. Yeah, and he's allowed to actually sign players for his system, because remember, he was having to play with players that were brought in for a totally different system, playing with like conventional wingers and stuff in a 4-2-3-1. This is a different sort of style under Amarim. You already mentioned you like Amarim, but one drawback is that his system is predictable. Yeah, if he wishes to play that and only that system, then your opposition can quickly adapt. I agree with you, Griffin. You have to adapt and overcome. You're right. You can't be totally rigid. I agree. We should have multiple ways of playing. You sent me something on Telegram. Don't worry, it's United related. Oh, thank you very much. Let's take a look at this. Pig, look at this. Berber found some of his old United shirts. Look at them. Oh, what a collection. Lukaku, Pogba and Di Maria. That's horrible, mate. Funny, man. We've all got shirts like that, to be fair, though, don't we? You know, with a few shithouses on the back. I think I've got a Donny van de Beek one somewhere, mate. Just that's quality though. Yes, Pig, but they got Ruben in for a certain style of play. Would be daft to abandon it. Yeah, no, I agree. That should be our first and foremost style, definitely. I'm just saying that it's important that we do have an ability to adapt and change depending on the opposition in the game. Amorim gives me the impression of a very strong motivated manager. It's spot on, I'm with you, yeah. Can anyone think of a carry-on title for our farcical window? Yeah, carry on crying? If any player, it really pisses me off when they can't play with both feet. Fair enough. Well, you should be able to play a little bit with your weak foot. But you know what? Then again, you can't really say that it doesn't really matter. Like, there's genius players who've only been very one-footed in the past. I can think of several players who don't have a weak foot at all, but are legendary players that are amazing players. You know, Ryan Giggs springs to mind, for instance. He had no right foot, did he? But what a player. You know, what a player. Ansi Dos Santos, not so much. Oh, thank you so much, Jay. Yes, thank you so much, Jay. Hopefully we get to 100k soon. Thank you, Nomad. Appreciate you. Bet your fridge has been raided. Yeah, it's been raided a lot. Gareth Bale or David Beckham. It's got to be Becks for me, lad. But obviously, Gareth Bale at 4 Champions Leagues, what he did for Wales, you know, probably most people go for Bale. But for me, being a United fan, I'm sticking with Becks. Carry on rumours. That's a good idea. Carry on monitoring. Carry on monitoring. The way it is, the media put us down. Opposition fans laugh at us. No European football. Let's go for it. Let's go. Tomorrow, get an answer from Brentford for your thoughts. Yes, I think we will get an answer tomorrow, Tala. I was hoping it would be tonight. But, you know. Can we put a Thunderbird puppet in goal? I'm sure it would make a much better keeper. Good shout. Yes, good shout. Which one, though? Parker. You don't really think Amorim wanted to come at all. He's collecting the bag and taking a gamble. He knows he's a good manager. Yeah, fair enough. That's it. Plus, it's a great opportunity, Remster, isn't it? Man United's a huge football club. It's a dynasty. It's one of the biggest in the world, lad. One of the biggest supporter clubs in the world. It's a Goliath of a club. It's just having a bit of a stinker right now. But the opportunity is there. The money's there. But yes, the opportunity to actually do something special is there if you take a gamble. And that's what he's done. Nah, it's gash. Would you prefer Watkins, Mateta, Sesko given a choice? Definitely Watkins for me out of those 3, followed by Mateta and probably Sesko in last place. Only because Sesko's younger and less experienced and no Prem experience, but also he's a lot of money. I feel like you could sign Watkins for getting on for maybe half the money it would cost to sign Sesko. So that's the reason I'd say them as well. And I think it's much more likely that they could be obtained because of the price tags as well. Whereas Sesko, if you believe the reports, you know, RB Leipzig looking out for around about 80 to 100 million. It just means, you know, that there's less likelihood that we can spend that money on him anyway. So I don't really want Sesko. Personally, the amount of money is just too much. I feel like for that price, you could get 2 or 3 good players for the squad. People believing in Ineos doesn't understand how connected they are to the Glazers. They're definitely firmly in bed with them, yeah. I think we're about to see a new United, one with no egos and humble, hard-working players, where we have to get rid of a lot of the shithouses first, don't we? How's it hanging, Carlos? How you doing? The new away kit, it's gash, lad. That purpley off-white guff. I don't know. I don't like it, mate. What's it all about? I like the black one, but this sort of pink, purpley, light pink, whatever it is, looks like a fucking Parma violet. It's gash, mate. I don't like it at all, personally. It's a no from me. Yes or no? Do you like the new off-white, purpley gash kit, guys? Whatever it is. I don't even know what colour it is. It's rancid. I'm not a fan of it. Is Watkins the striker you want? No, Visser's the striker I want, actually. But Watkins is second choice. I'd certainly rather him. Let's remember, lads and lasses, we are Man United and everyone else is not top 4 or not. We will be back. Carry on melting. That's a good idea, Mike. Yeah, not brains. Come on, Don Piglioni. Hit me with that. Here we go. How you doing, the Yorkshire Cowboy? Not tonight. It doesn't look like it. Let me go and check the latest updates on the transfer news Vine very quickly. See if there is anything a bit more here to discuss. But I don't think so. And no, there isn't. There is no news here tonight for United. So I don't think we're getting the here we go tonight for him. It'll probably be tomorrow if we do get that agreement. You rather Moise Kean than Watkins? Hasn't Moise Kean changed clubs though? No? Gyokeres or Watty? Do you want Visser for the Mbeumo link-up? Do you want Visser for the Mbeumo link-up? I do. I want Visser to take the pisser out of opposition defences with Mbeumo in tow. We've seen it. 39 goals between them in terms of goals scored. And also factor in their assists. That's another 12 goals contributed from them. Working together in the same team, proven last season. We'd be fools not to try and get them. Yeah. I do like it. The away kit looks like Brighton's poo. Has dumb pattern on away kit. It looks like I'm just not into it. Carry on rinsing. It's like Fair United with a whiff of lavender. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a lavender kit, isn't it? It's so lavender, mate. Didn't see it yet, the kit. Let me find you the kit, guys. It's if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you've all seen it, but it's just a bit whiffy. I don't like it, guys. It's a whiffy one. I know. Horrible. A whiffy kit indeed. Wait a second. Man United new away kit. Here it is. Here it is. Nah, it's whiffy, mate. It's absolutely whiffy. Ugh. Ugh. Nah. It's a whiffy looking kit, mate. Hang on, I'll pop it up on the screen here. 2 secs, guys. Let's pop it up here. Okay. There it is, guys. That's not a Manchester United kit. I don't care what anyone says. What fucking team is this, guys? I'm sorry. That's piss poor, mate. What the fuck is that? That's supposed to be Manchester United, is it? Nah, mate. What colour is that? It's bloody purple, man. Looks like somebody's vomited Parma Violets all over you. It's very much not the kit that I would like to see. No, it's not the one I'm going to get this season. Definitely not. Where would I play Mbeumo? He's got to be the right number 10 for me. Yeah, I mean, he played most of the time, right wing for Brentford last season. So I think right side number 10 makes the most sense for us, really. We could turn this transfer window into a board game and have hours of fun. Oh, go in for broke. Ideal starting 11 with Cunha and Mbeumo included. Good shout. We're coming to see you soon. Leeds, we are the greatest. How dare you? Probably same as Watkins, 60 mil. Well, if they want to get 60 million for Watkins, then that's too much. And we should. There's no news, mate. Richarlison available? Nah, not for me. Don't fancy Richarlison myself. Never been a big lover. If our club could start loving Mancunas against lowering their prices, then fair enough. Right now, I don't care about the kits or whatever deal they want. Spot on. I'm not buying any kits. Don't buy any United kits right now, guys. They're not spending the money wisely. They're not getting the players in that we want. So, we have to make some sort of a stand that we can. Don't buy those kits. Who do you think's our best fit for the number 9 role? Well, out at the moment, best role number 9 at the moment, maybe it would be Cunha, because I can't imagine Højlund is the best option, even though he's actually a number 9. Carry on fracking. You like the third kit in Thailand, only £8, very same than buying these shirts. Hey, well, there you go, Liam. That's what I'm saying. Glazer shithouse is out. Just waiting for the black kit to release. That does look very good. Yes, I like that one. Ugly kit. Ineos making us looking more like Brentford away kit or Fulham. Yeah, it does look like Brentford away kit vibes, United. Ugh. Good for us girls, says Lavender. Fair enough. Lavender. You've actually got the same name. That's awesome. There's Canadian maple leaf on it. Is there? I mean... Super chat. Bit weird, isn't it? Bit of a weird pattern, mate. Yeah, a bit weird, that. Bit of a weird pattern, mate. Yeah, fairs. You brought that and the home top. Well, fair play to Shinigami. It's just not for me. Woke as fuck that jersey. You thought it was white, didn't notice it was purple. Yeah, it's got like a purple hue to it, mate. Purple and Man United don't mix. That's an odd colour for Manchester United. Trust the Glazer shithouses to avoid green and gold while they're at the football club. That's the kit we should have as soon as those melts do go. Finally, one day. First kit we have back with the Glazers gone is green and gold quarters, you know what I'm saying? Green and gold halves, whatever. That's as bad as Arsenal when we had the Monsters Inc. kit. Yeah, it's pink. Please say we're wearing that at Anfield. Oh, well, hopefully we're wearing the black kit, So, shit kit affects team morale. Yeah, definitely. The Purple Devils. Looks like something Molly Ringwald would wear. Looks like someone left a red sock in the machine. Get the original United logo back. Yeah, I mean, I do like that little devil logo, but I do like the original United badge also, yeah. Willow Nana have lavender gloves. Montana Zombie says if we're not enough of a love in stock, then they're taking the piss with that. Looks like it could be Leeds kit. Yeah, it's just not nice, is it? Not nice, mate. Thank you so much for the super chat here, Chris Leeds. He says, we are coming for you. Leeds are the greatest. The greatest at what, though? That's what I want to know, because you're not the greatest at football, are you? Clearly, you've just come up from the frigging Championship, lad. But fair enough, it will be nice to have Leeds back in the Prem this season so we can whip them twice. That's it. And hopefully in pre-season here on this game in 2 days' time, we'll duff you up as well. Come on, United. Get your thoughts and predictions in. I'm going 2-1 United. We're going to duff up Leeds. Once again, if you don't know, we are doing a watch-along for that game on the channel and all the pre-season games this season. So get involved. You can hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss any of these streams upcoming. And that way you should get notifications for when we go live. Nice one. Yes, the Mustard. How you doing, you legend? Yeah, we had a pink kit before. True. But this is like a weird purpley pink one. Not seen the black kit. Has it been leaked? It has. Yeah, the black kit looks really nice, actually. If it's to be the one. But it looks really nice. It's reminiscent of that old black sort of sharp view cam one back in the early 90s. Remember Roy Keane vibes? It's very similar to that. Maybe 1-1. 3-0. 1-0 to Leeds, since Bayender plays probably. 2-1 United. 1-0 to the mighty Leeds. Slab own goal. 4-3 United defensive mare both sides. Oh, yeah, we do have to get a keeper in. Right, let's read a few more comments out, guys. We've been on here for an hour and a half, so it is getting late. It's actually after midnight, so I better wrap this stream up pretty soon. But legends getting in here. Have your final say. Also, right, guys, I just want to also shout out one of my videos that I did earlier on, which is one of my Timo Schafter agent videos. If you didn't see it, please do check it out after this stream. It's me trying to sell Sancho, Garnacho and Rashford to Juventus. I'm going to get the link for it. We're going to do a giveaway as well. So if everybody could do us a favour and help that video out, because it's dying a small death over there. If you could do us a favour, giveaway, comment here. We'll pin it to the top of the live chat. There's a new Timo Schafter agent video. All you have to do to enter, we're going to give away a Bruno Fernandes poster and also a T-shirt, okay, to some worthy winners. We'll pick them very soon. All you have to do to enter said giveaway is go over to this link, which I'm going to pin at the top of the live chat. And that way you can enter into the giveaway, and everybody who enters will be entered into the giveaway. Everybody who comments, I mean, will be entered into the giveaway, right? And what it is, it's just an agent video, basically, of... yeah, so please go check it out, guys. It's just a little funny sketch, or at least it's supposed to be a funny sketch of dodgy agent activities. So please do go and check it out. Thank you, Jay United. Says your agent videos are hilarious. They brighten up my day going through stuff at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jay. Much love to you, man. Things will get better, and I'm glad that these videos can help in some way, though. If you need to send us a message or anything, Jay, feel free to reach out, you legend. Remember Cantona wore the black kit when he did his imitation of the Karate Kid? Yeah, spot on. What an iconic kit. Shitty Leeds going to get Kun. You know what other kit I like from that era? The blue and white stripes, guys. Even though it was a bit like Sheffield Wednesday vibes, it was actually quite nice. 3-1 to United. Not complaining about a long stream. Always good to listen. Thank you, Ashley. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Chris Leeds. We're gonna smash you up, Chris Leeds. Can't wait for the watch on. Thank you, Paula. Do you know, I haven't seen you comment on it yet, Kate Cadet. I'll have to have a look after this. I'll respond to everyone's comments after this. But yes, please, at the end of this stream, go over to this link that I'm pinning at the top of the live chat, guys. And here it is again in the chat. I'll just post it. You can go over there, comment on that video. Give us a like if you can, and give it a watch. It's only a few minutes long. Just a bit of banter. Go and give it a watch. Show some support for that video and help us push it out there in the algorithm, because it's dying a slow death. So check it out, guys, and show some love to it if you haven't seen it. Nice one. You have fallen apart. All right, steady on now. Yeah, I want to enter Pig, but our post office is more chaotic than United on deadline day. You don't need to do that. That's fine. Don't worry about that. We can send it to an in-post locker or something, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's fine. Go and comment, man. Go and enter the giveaway. You're all good. Man United kit looks good. Like something designed from the Mamma Mia musical. Oh, it's gash, isn't it? Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap this stream up, but thank you so much for tuning in. Saw it earlier. It was a good package deal for the three of them. Thank you, Wayne. Yes, Steve Barrero, Ashley Vogt, Chris Leeds. So thank you so much for watching. We're going to wrap this stream. We're not on tonight there, Stefan, but we will be on the gaming channel tomorrow night. Flying Pig Gaming is the name of the YouTube channel. Thank you, Rob Always United, Shinigami, The Mustard. I do watch-alongs for all of the games, Shinigami. We're going to be on for all of the pre-season games and also all the season ahead. That's more probably what I'm known for, Shinigami, is the watch-alongs more so than the transfer news shite, to be honest, mate, definitely. But anyway, thank you, Shinigami. Come and watch the games with us, definitely. Nice one, Kate Cadet, Links Red, Mookie's, Yorkshire Cowboy, Kingslayer, Ronnie, Lynette Giggs, Mookie's Cream Mixtape, Adam, J United, United History, End the Madness, and everybody else as well. Thanks for watching. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. patreon.com. All the links in the description. Check out the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming on YouTube. Follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. All the links are in the description. But as I say, there's a link going to be pinned at the top of the chat here, guys. Boom, there it is. I will comment on this video to enter giveaway. Comment to enter. Boom, there it is. Right, let me pin that to the top of the live chat, guys, so you can... Please go over there, show some love to the Timo Shafter video. If you enjoy the Timo Shafter agent sketches and you want to see more of them, go show some love to it. Yeah, you know it makes sense. Right, there it is. It's at the top of the live chat, guys. Okay, that's going to be it from me then, but thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, thanks to the mod squad. Big ups Tactical Devils for the raid. Big up, the mod squad, people like Luan getting in here, Aaron, the Mustard, Kate Cadet, who else has been here tonight? All the mods, you know who you are. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you to all the members in green as well. People like Luan, Kate Cadet, Rob, Always United. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and being members there, guys. Appreciate you. And everybody else who's got in here, thank you so much for tuning in. Go over here and watch the Timo Shafter agent vid. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully it's Bryan Mbeumo day tomorrow. 70 million combined offer on the table there for Brentford. We still haven't heard whether it's been accepted or rejected. I think it's going to be accepted, and I think it will be tomorrow, but I've been wrong before. So let's see what materializes. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. God bless you all. Go and show some love. Everyone who comments on that video, link to the top of the chat, will be entered into a t-shirt and post the giveaway. That's it from me now. Stay classy, and remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, come on United. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.